Hi, you must be Roderick Satyawite?
Yeah, close enough. Yeah, yeah.
Satyawite? Okay.
It's so great
Great.
to
Yeah.
finally,
Okay.
yeah.
Wonderful. Yes. I'm Lindsay. I am the head of HR, and talk to me a little bit about landing page design. It's been a while since.
I don't really do much design. I write copy.
Okay. And then in terms of taking the reader through the funnel, real top to bottom, acquisition, monetization, can you tell me a little bit about some of the successes you have had with marketing strategy?
Yeah, not a ton. I really just write the copy.
So you don't have 10 years of experience with programs like Adobe Illustrator and HubSpot, Branch, AOL Messenger.
No. I just write copy. I'm a copywriter who writes copy.
Okay. Thank you for your time. Where's the mute? Oh my god, Suzanne. You need to get a load of the Gen Zers these days. Nobody wants to do any work outside of the job description. It's ridiculous.
You may have got into copywriting because you've heard that copywriters can earn millions of dollars, and that's true, but there is a catch that most people won't tell you about. And that catch is that most types of copy aren't going to earn you millions of dollars on their own. We're going to share with you 4 essential skills that you should probably learn if you want to make a lot more money as a copywriter. By the way, definitely stick around for number 3 because it's my personal favorite and it's the only reason I have managed to hit 5-figure months as a copywriter. Let's crack into this.
All right, so the first skill that you can tack onto copywriting that will really increase your ability to earn money and retain clients is design. When most people think of design skills, they're thinking of like super fancy graphic design. That's not what we're talking about here. The truth is, you only really need to know a tiny amount of design to be able to make a page look beautiful and to impress someone with your copy. One of the most successful methods I've used to land gigs has been to simply take copy I've written, put it into Canva, do a tiny amount of design to make it look pretty, and then send it to a client. By doing that, basically, you're just showing that you understand how copy and websites and everything is really supposed to look. There's actually a word for this technique, which is called wireframing. Good design does not mean pretty. Good design means functional. And so having an understanding as a copywriter of what functional design looks like makes your work much, much more valuable than someone who just knows how to write copy. The easiest thing is to just go to a website that you know sells lots of products. How are they using colors? How are they orienting their buttons? And over the course of doing this, you will develop an understanding of what it's like to work as a designer, which will then help you talk to other designers and communicate with them better and become an easier partner to work with.
So say you get a job, especially as an email copywriter, but could also be pretty much anything. And all of a sudden, the business that hired you wants you to be in charge of managing the platform, the CRM, whatever that is. Maybe they want you to be the email list manager as well. First things first, calm down. This is going to seem very overwhelming at first, and there's going to be a lot of options and a lot of different softwares, but fundamentally, every single one does basically the same stuff. So all you really need to do is watch a few videos about the basic functions of a few of these, and you are going to start to notice patterns and commonalities between all of the different systems and platforms that you would possibly be expected to use. Once you start getting a toehold in the basic functionalities of this stuff, you can actually find a cheap or relatively easy to use or even free piece of software that would allow you to grow or manage your own email list. What you can start doing is actively learning how to compose, broadcast, structure, design emails, and then broadcast it out to your list. So when it comes to actively learning marketing and platform software, really the first place you want to go is YouTube. There's going to be so much information out there, and you'll get a clear sense of like, oh, so that's what that looks like, which, by the way, is how I first learned how to do all this stuff.
Okay, number 3. This is the thing that I credit my success to. Strategy. We hear the word strategy so often in a marketing context. Does that mean the funnel is a strategy? What you're talking about, who you're talking to, the copy you write, is it everything? None of these things, who knows? The first thing I'm going to say is it is the difference between making like an okay amount and having a 7-8 figure business trust you with a $1 million budget and say, hey, would you mind taking a massive paycheck home and also all these commissions and royalties? One word: confidence. You can approach a business as a copywriter or a marketer, however you want to label yourself, and confidently tell them this is what we should be doing, then they're going to probably pay you a lot of money to do that. Now, you may be thinking, but Alex, I don't know what I'm doing yet. I'm a new copywriter. Well, don't worry. That's why Copy That is here to help you. First of all, we've just dropped a whole course about marketing strategy. This kind of reveals everything I have learned over doing this for 5 years. But what is strategy? Let's just break it down. Strategy is getting a business from this level of sales to this level of sales. That is how you should view marketing strategy. Let's be honest, a business isn't really looking for a copywriter. They're looking for a way to make their products sell more. Every business is looking to pay someone as little as possible to do as much as possible. If you can come along and say to them, here is the copy, here is the strategy, here's how I suggest we move forward, they're going to be very happy to pay you a lot of money because they haven't got to pay 2 other people for other things that you're doing. So strategy is extremely important. We talk about copywriting relatively holistically here at Copy That. We always talk about the research and the angles and the audience, but when we break it down, those things, they're not really copywriting. The copywriting is just the writing. Knowing how to position it, that's all to do with strategy. What objective are you actually looking out for? You need to have a concrete single objective in place that you are trying to achieve. Is it increase sales of X product? Is it to reduce the churn rate that you're getting from B2B customers? Whatever it is, you need to start with something that you're trying to do. Because if you don't have that, then you don't even know where you're pushing things. What are you trying to achieve? You need to start there. You can work backwards to work out how to do that in the best way. So that's why I recommend you click the link in the description below and go and watch our hours-long live stream that we did the other week, which is all about marketing strategy and specifically how copywriters can learn marketing strategy and twist it so it becomes a moneymaker for them.
Every business owner, whether you have 5 employees or 50, goes through the same challenge repeatedly, which is how do you replace yourself? How do you take what you know, take your experience over years and years? How do you imprint it on all of the people that you hire? To be completely frank, people management is one of the biggest headaches of any business owner. Now you can come in and actually promise to take this training off of their shoulders. Let's say that you agree to meet with their marketing team over the course of a week, and you are going to conduct a boot camp to teach them the most effective digital marketing strategies of today. Imagine you're going to meet with their team of creators and you're going to give them some insights on how their design is outdated and falling short. Now your value just went through the roof. Ultimately, you want to make the business owner happy. And one of the best ways that you can do that is by removing one of the biggest thorns in their heel, which is hiring, training. And when you can take that over with a promise of upping the skills of their entire team, you are going to be valued so much more. Think back on the past clients that you've worked with, some of your big successes. Consider reapproaching them, this time not with an offer to write copy for them, but with an offer to train them on something that you have skilled up on meanwhile. Consider already establishing yourself as an authority. Maybe you want to create some original content. I mean, just look at Copy That. We are 4 copywriters and marketers who have taken to YouTube, and we're creating content that establishes us all as authorities. And if you're here consuming this stuff on a regular basis, watching Copy That, if you are in our Discord, if you're a member of our Patreon, checking out our masterclasses, you are already upskilling.
So there you go. That was 4 things that we think are extremely useful and could be potentially career changing if you take them on board. Now, something important to note, and we say this a lot on Copy That, like, you don't need to know all of this immediately. You don't need to spend loads of money on courses to become an expert in each of these things. You will and can pick it up along the way, but you do need to be open to stepping outside your comfort zone and saying yes to things that you haven't done before. The only way we've ever really learned anything worth knowing was because we said yes when we weren't sure. When you're face to face with an opportunity to work for a business, but they whip out a word like CRM or ESP or funnel or sequence, don't let that scare you. Understand that the answers are out there for free on the internet. Of course, in Copy That, we try and release as much as we possibly can. Don't say no to those things. Say yes and trust yourself to learn them.